they feel like they gotta get the hair. But I do suggest it just in case they're willing to do so, and that is, hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Katie. I teach ukulele, guitar, and voice lessons here on YouTube, and today we're going to talk about if your fingers get stuck while strumming. I'm going to give you a handful of tips, and if you find something useful, make sure that you give this video a thumbs up, share it, also subscribe. Really lets me know that you like these videos and that you'd like to see more. So whether I'm teaching in person, online, I get this question all the time in the comments section. Hey, my fingers get caught in the strings. I also feel like everything just feels very stiff, unnatural, or it just sounds like your nails are just scraping against the strings. It doesn't sound smooth. So first of all, when you're strumming, I have a whole entire series on strumming. I'm also going to put that in the cards above in the description box below with strumming. Typically with the ukulele, I'm holding my neck up at a 45-degree angle, and this portion of the body is resting on my leg right here, or you can place this portion of the body against your body, like that. And as I'm strumming, I'm using my index fingernail strumming down. And then you can strum up using a combination of the pad of your finger, index finger, and your fingernail like this. Like that. And you may hear maybe a slight difference in tone as you're strumming up because you're not using directly your fingernail. You could also do something that I call the rooster, like this, where you're strumming down with your index finger. And when you strum up, you're using your thumbnail like this. Down, up, down, up, down, up. That may be more comfortable for you, so try those two ways. The way that I prefer is I like to strum down with my pointer fingernail and then strum up with my thumb. So it's down, up, alternating index finger and thumb, like this. It did take me a little while to get used to that, just to be perfectly honest. But I really prefer it because I feel like it's a very smooth motion. Also, I can take these two fingers, these three fingers if I want to, and strum down with those fingernails, and then up with my thumb. So really, my strings are in contact with a fingernail or fingernails at all time to create that nice clear sound. Now, usually the problem happens when you start strumming and then your fingers just get caught. Well, what do? Number one, I would say instead of using directly your fingernail strumming down this way, turn your fingernail more so at an angle. I don't know if you can see this, but my index fingernail is kind of worn on this side right here a little bit, because instead of using directly the fingernail, instead of using the fingernail directly down, I'm actually moving it more so to the side, this way. And I'm using the side of my fingernail, and it just feels like there's less surface area for the fingernail to get caught on the strings as I strum down and as I strum up. So you may have to just kind of adjust the angle in which your index fingernail is coming in contact with the strings. If you don't have long fingernails, it may not be a problem, but I do notice that my students give me direct feedback and they say, hey, that helped. Another thing that will help too is that if you move the point, like the point of where you're strumming, more so toward the neck right here. So the greatest amount of tension on your ukulele is going to be here toward the bridge. The second greatest part, I think the greatest point of tension is going to be here toward the nut. So as you push down on the strings, if you do an experiment, you notice it feels a little tighter, a little bit more stiff as you move toward this direction and toward this direction. So if you want to do an experiment, try it. Try just strumming here. You're gonna feel like, man, that just feels rather stiff, or it just sounds rather clunky. If you move the point in where you strum more so toward the neck, where the base of the body meets the base of the neck right here, then you're going to notice that it's going to feel just a little bit softer. It's going to have just a little bit more give. And as you strum, you might feel like it's a little bit easier. So why don't you give that a try? Now, you could also be strumming too hard. You could be applying too much pressure as you are strumming or exerting too much effort. Is that possible? Yes, it is. Sometimes when students first start, or even when they want to start like a new strumming pattern or whatnot, they feel like they gotta get, and really, you don't need that much effort in order to create a clear sound. Experiment with how softly you can actually strum the strings and produce a clear sound. Find a happy medium. You may have to experiment, but it could be that you are just giving it too much. So you may want to back off and then see how that goes, because if you're applying too much pressure and you're trying to flick down too hard on your strings, that could be the cause or the root of your problem of your fingers getting caught in your strings. Now, this last tip I don't really recommend all the time to my students, but I do suggest it just in case they're willing to do so, and that is change your strings to a string that has a little bit more give, like a fluorocarbon string. Now, it's a great way to inexpensively just retrofit your ukulele the way that it feels, the way that it sounds. It's not gonna break the bank most of the time. I did most strings, they don't cost so much. It really also depends upon if you have changed your strings before and you're comfortable doing so, what kind of bridge do you have. You do have to consider that, because each kind of string is gonna offer something a little different. But with a fluorocarbon string, not all fluorocarbon strings are created equal, but I've had some really good experiences with DR Moonbeams, the EJ88 D'Addario's. It's kind of like a happy medium between the Aquila and like a really soft fluorocarbon. That's just my personal opinion. Brownworth strings, I have notes right here. Brownworth strings, those are really, really beautiful. Every time I've played an ukulele with the Brownworth strings, it just feels really, really, really nice. And also just D'Addario has some really nice fluorocarbon strings. Martin has some really nice fluorocarbon strings. You may have to experiment, but it really depends upon your personal preference and also what you're willing to spend. But it's not super expensive, but do your research. There's lots of other videos out there from other great creators that would be able to, help you out to find out, okay, which string do you think would be best for you? It might help just ease the tension, because most ukuleles that I have played, they come with like that standard nylon Aquila, and it really does bring out the tone in your instrument, and it's a really good standard string, but some people find them to be just a little too stiff. So why not experiment with some new strings and then see how it goes? Well, I am only one person, and I know that you all are a wealth of information. If you have any tips as to how to help you be able to navigate this fingers getting caught in the strings problem, please leave that in the description box below. I learned so much, not description box below, the comment section below. I can adjust the description box. You can't, but you can leave a comment. But I learned so much from you, and then also thinking about like, oh yeah, I never thought of that, or oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. So please do that, help each other out, help me out, and hopefully that will be able to lead somebody in the right direction. Okay, I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Following FTC guidelines, this ukulele was sent to me by Lana Kai. Thank you so much for doing so, really appreciate it. But this video is not sponsored. The link down below is affiliated, so that means if you shop through my link, that means that you support my channel. I get a small commission. So thank you so much, and also thanks for supporting Hyde Music, which is also the store where this is housed. Okay, have a great day. Bye.